Okay, so let's be honest. Do you love everything about yourself? Or are there parts of you want to improve or hide? So before I started week 9 of my breathwork training on loving myself unconditionally, I thought, hey, that's easy. Of course, I already love myself. But then during my breathwork practice, I had a big aha moment. The only time when I really loved myself were the moments when I've been good. Like when I achieved something, succeeded at something, or got accepted by other people. And I definitely hated myself whenever I failed, got rejected, or felt ridiculed by other people. So I didn't really love me. I only loved the good version of me, and I hated the parts I saw as a failure, ugly, or disgusting. So in this video, I'll show you how I used breathwork to start unlearning years of secret self-hatred, and to begin loving the parts of myself I always wanted to hide or change. So if you want to love yourself unconditionally, this one is for you.
I love myself unconditionally.
Hi, I'm Tony, talking about what's beyond the ordinary, everyday life psychology so we can think differently about life's deeper meaning. And this week is week 9 of my 10 months breathwork facilitator training with 7 directions. We're also on week 9 of Michael Brown's book, The Presence Process. So the daily practice is 15 minutes, twice a day of conscious connected breathing, in and out, through the nose, no pauses between inhale and exhale. Quick safety note, please check the contraindications for conscious connected breathing in the description below. And for week 9, the intention was, I love myself unconditionally. So I thought, okay, that should be easy, because I did a few weeks of breathwork on I feel unconditionally and I forgive myself. And I take good care of myself as well, so of course I already love myself. But during one of my daily breathwork practices, something hit me. I realized I've been lying to myself for all my life. You see, I was born with a skin condition called ichthyosis, so I had this very dry, flaky, scaly skin. And when I first started kindergarten, when I was maybe 4 or 5 years old, other kids would look at my exposed arms and legs and say, "Ew, what's wrong with your skin? Don't touch them. It looks like a crocodile skin." And as a kid, I translated this into I'm disgusting, I'm different, and I'm unlovable. So I did my best to hide. I covered my exposed arms and legs with my hands, and I started avoiding social situations and avoiding meeting people. And I slowly became the outsider, the loner, staying out on the sideline. Not because I don't like people, but because I was sure people won't like me if they saw the real me. And when you grow up feeling unlovable as you are, you're trying to feel accepted in other ways. So for me, the way was being the good person. Just stay quiet, polite, work hard, study hard, help people, and make others happy. And during this week's breathwork practice, I noticed something. The only time when I really loved myself was when I achieved something or when other people accepted me. But on the inside, my deepest belief was, if I'm not successful or people don't accept me, then I don't deserve love. And whenever I failed or got rejected or feeling inferior to others, I didn't just feel bad, I hated myself and I beat myself up hard inside. Then synchronistically during this same week, my social media feed showed a story about how successful spiritual gurus and influencers being exposed. People with massive success, massive brands, and massive followings, but caught in moral failures, lies, and plagiarism. So it made me realize success doesn't make you lovable, success doesn't make you a good person, and success doesn't make you worthy. So then, why have I been using success as the only reason to love myself? And for the first time during this week's breathwork sessions, I felt even a tiny drop of what it's like to love myself unconditionally. So here's what the books and academic research say. Michael Brown's The Presence Process book says that every one of us carries an unconscious definition of love from childhood. Not the adult romantic idea, but felt emotional pattern we grew up with. For some people, it's inconsistency. For others, it's neglect. And for me, it was shame. So when I grew up loving myself only when I was good, have achievements, or accepted, that was my childhood programming running my adult life. And psychologists actually have a name for this: contingent self-worth, meaning you only like yourself under certain conditions, like achievements, appearance, or how much money you make. But research shows it leads to more anxiety, more self-attack, and less confidence. And here's the dark side: our entire society economy is built and profiting on this. Because if we feel not good enough and lovable, we buy a lot more products and services to make us feel more lovable. So the system keeps lying to us, saying, you're almost good enough. Just fix one more thing, and one more thing after that. But the Prison's Process book flips that completely and says unconditional self-love isn't about feeling good all the time. It's about willing to love whatever already inside us without trying to fix, hide, or perform our way out of it. And academic research on self-compassion backs this up too. They show that treating ourselves kindly when we failed builds real, stable confidence far more than pushing ourselves or punishing ourselves. So here are 3 things you can do today to start loving yourself without conditions. First, finish this sentence. I love myself when... But don't overthink it. Whatever comes out first is usually the truth. For example, I love myself when I succeed. I love myself when I look normal. I love myself when people like me. I love myself when I'm better than others. Second, now flip and rewrite each one sentence you came up with. For example, if you said, I love myself when I succeed. Now say, I love myself even when I fail. And I love myself when people like me becomes, I love myself even when people dislike me. This is basically self-compassion because it will feel wrong at first, but that's how you know you're breaking the old programming. And finally, if you want to take it to the next level and practice conscious connected breathwork meditation, breathe in and inhale on, I love myself, and exhale on, even when I fail, and so on. And that's how unconditional love stops being a nice idea in your head and becomes something you can feel in your body. So before practicing breathwork to love myself unconditionally, I used to think, hey, that's easy. Of course, I love myself. But after practicing breathwork for 1 week, I started thinking differently. Maybe I only loved myself when I achieved something or managed to hide the ugly parts of me. Maybe I only loved myself when other people accepted me. And maybe I actually hated myself and beat myself up whenever I failed, got rejected, or felt inferior. So instead of loving myself only when I'm good or better than others, or when people accept me, I will love myself even when I'm ugly, even when I fail, even when people don't accept me. Because I love my own skin, even when it's dry and flaky. I love myself even when I fail. And I love myself even when others don't love me. So if you had a breathwork meditation practice or learned to love yourself unconditionally, please share your story in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share with a friend. It really helps me make more videos like this. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.